Well, I would say like one of the most challenging things. Like I've had a lot of challenging moments in life, but like just me being in like in a place where okay, I got a career, I work for myself. Um, I'm seeing some success, and I'm seeing all the success, and then I'll say like when my little brother passed away this year, and that was a moment. I feel like it was a struggle because like I said, I've been through some challenging moments in life. Like that comes with it. But I think what hit me so the most was like I'm I got a career, I got success, and me and him shared the same interests in this. Like he was into music, he was into film, he was into the same stuff I was into, and um, this is a field that he wanted to make it into, and we had a conversation where I talked about us doing things together, and for him, when he passed, I kind of like that did something to me. It took me back. So like, I had to sit down for a minute to get my mind right after that happened. But like now it's just more inspiration to do these things for him, and kind of like do it in his memory, keep his name alive. Some advice I would give because like, I've lost friends. I've been dealing with losing friends since I was like 13, 14 years old. Like, I'm from Buffalo, New York. Not that I'm glorifying or like, trying to make it seem like it's a good thing. Nah, it's not a good thing. I was 13, 14 years old. Like at that age, I was innocent. I wasn't thinking about nothing like that, but I lost a friend to, violence. So, and I just recently lost a friend last year. So for me, like I would say, take that time to feel it. Take that time. The worst thing I could have tried to do through all that stuff is just try to work the pain away or work the thoughts away. Like that shit don't work. It don't work. Not for me, at least. It didn't work. I gotta sit and feel it, sit my ass down for a little bit, feel it, pray, rely on my faith to get me through it, and then go back to work. But I can't work while all of this is going on. Like you're gonna self-destruct at some point. So take your time for your mental health. And also your physical health too, because when you losing people, that should take a toll on everything, your appetite, all of that. I know because I done been there. So taking that time for your health, mentally, spiritually, physically, all of that. Take time to sit down, get that right, then go back to work so you can be a little more focused because you don't want to mess up your money, mess up work, because you ain't all the way together. It's a conversation I have all the time, like, and even something like I was having a deep conversation with, my family earlier as far as like what to do to stop the violence. I don't even know where to start, cause I feel like a lot of it is like a mental thing. It's a mindset thing, cause you could put all the money you want in these neighborhoods, but that's not going to change the mindset of these individuals. A lot of it is a systematic thing that stems from things that's out of our hands. Like, so, I don't know, like, where to start with it. Like, we could say money is solve it, but money is just a Band-Aid for a lot of stuff. It don't actually heal. It don't heal the wound. It just covers it up. And that's with anything in life, period. Like, you got demons, you got to fight them head on. Money is not going to... It's not gonna solve that. You ain't gonna win that battle with money. So I really think a lot of it start with a mindset thing, and I don't even really know how to start to get in and even change that. It's so important to keep a good mindset because your mindset controls this one thing controls everything around you, and controls your actions, your temper, your environment, your money, all of that. If your mindset ain't right, all of that is fucked up, in my opinion. There's no way to effectively, in a healthy way, get that stuff, because you get a lot of people who don't got the mindset. They get money and they lose it all because they ain't got the mindset to keep it or receive it. So mindset is very important for me. Like, I stay focused. Like, I'm very religious. Like, my faith is what keeps me focused. The people around me is what keeps me focused. I don't have a bunch of yes men and people telling me when I'm doing something wrong and not holding me accountable for my actions. Like, I have people that tell me even when I don't want to hear it. I sit down at some point because I'm a thinker. So And I'm sensitive too, but I don't think that can always be a bad thing. Cause like with me, I'm gonna sit down and think like, well, what he meant by that? What you mean by that? And I'm like, okay, I see where you're coming from now. Like, you know, so for me, it just be about having people around you that's gonna hold you accountable when you're wrong, and you know, having something to rely on. For me, my faith is that, and you know, and everything just fall in line when you got those, you know, those couple things together. Something I think that needs to be changed between the police department in Buffalo and the community. I mean, it could start with petty crimes, like, you know, locking people up for petty things like, okay, driving with no license. Like, you know, we was just talking about that coming up here, how like he had a friend who got 9 months for driving with no license. And I was like, that's kind of ridiculous. Like, I get you taking a car, maybe giving them a little fine, but it's so many unsolved murders in Buffalo is ridiculous. Like, and you know, one thing, like, you know, just because I'm going through that same thing with my brother, like, you know, they keep the case open as long as possible because they know once they close it, you know, families do stuff like hire private investigators. You know, they could sue the department because it could be like things that happen where they didn't. Like I had a friend last year who was killed. You know, the cops didn't really thoroughly investigate, like as far as talking to neighbors when the stuff happened, dusting for prints, like when crimes, like stuff like that happening, holding, like when break-ins happen and people getting killed, holding slumlords accountable for things like that. You know, so for me, yeah, I feel like a lot of that just boils down to petty things and they focus just being on the wrong stuff. Like as far as race relations, like what needs to change, well, what needs to happen for effective change. Because it's like, for me, I look at racism as like a problem that's like, it's like a never ending thing. Like, you know, I don't really see it ever us ever living in a world where it's not a problem. Just like I don't see it ever being a place where we living in a world where violence and gun violence in communities won't be a problem. Ways of combating it is maybe opening certain companies or things, opening themselves up to minorities. But like, where does that start? That starts with someone speaking up about it being a problem for them. But you don't really run into a lot of people that will speak up about it. What's up? It's your girl Shane Noir coming live. Came all the way from Buffalo, New York to come out here and vibe out with them. Make sure y'all check out 247hh.com.